좀 하자고. 웬일을 더해. 닌 왜 그렇게 계속 피하는데? 뭐가 문제야? 그만해. 이 사람 들어가기 전에 나한테 먼저 얘기할 수 있었잖아. 난 언니가 애야? 얘기해보려고 노력이나 해봤어, 언니가?
I really want to highlight the writing and the performances of How to Eat a Kiwi. They were able to capture such authentic, intimate moments between this couple. Specifically, the conversations that were happening in bed, which are just, silly conversations that don't hold a ton of weight, that don't really mean a lot, but shows you the relationship, shows you the temperament, and the comfortability between this couple. Um, I thought that they did a fantastic job of it felt so real, and it didn't seem like it was scripted. It felt like these were real conversations happening with a real couple. So that's something that really stood out to me. But also, there was a really poetic nature as well with the symbolism of the Kiwis and what they represent. Um, and we can see the inner conflict happening with our main character. I thought it was really, really, really well done, well executed.
I love the development of this relationship throughout and how we go back and see how it started versus how it ended and how things can sort of dissolve throughout the relationship and then eventually come back together. I liked the analogy of the kiwis, of course, and how she used that to describe how important compromise is in the relationship, how both of them come to their own conclusions separately and in a different way, but how they can both come together in the middle, and sort of how important that is in a relationship. The actors' chemistry was really believable as a couple in the good times and the bad. So I thought the actors did a really great job. And throughout, I thought that the lighting was really cool, the colored lighting on their faces, and how that also changed with the film. Was a little detail that I appreciated as well.
I noticed that most of this film doesn't have any music. I think in certain parts it did, but I thought that was pretty bold move, and it worked because most of the time I didn't even notice until I kind of went back and watched a few scenes again. The sound was really good. The use of lighting I liked a lot. Normally I don't like films that have a lot of dark lighting. This one had somewhat dark lighting in their home, but it also there was some brighter scenes as well, which I really liked the contrast a lot, and the use of lighting I liked. I think it really set the tone and the mood of this film. Really good acting and directing and editing. I thought there was a really nice script. I thought there was a lot of really sweet moments showing and establishing the relationship of these girls. And to me, it was a very creative way to express the message in the script, which to me was when you start having problems in a relationship, and it can be any relationship really, is to learn how to meet halfway. And I just thought, it's such a simple concept, but so hard to do because you're waiting for the other person to take steps because you're afraid if you take them first, they're not going to move. Or if they do, it won't be far enough, making enough effort. I don't know. I just thought it was a really creative way to express this message. I thought it was different, unique, and really well done.
My favorite thing about it was the cinematography, specifically the choice to do handheld, because this is an example of how you do handheld well. I think because it not only did it provide energy to the scenes, but also it was handheld that gave us distance when it was voyeuristic, but then kept us intimate when it was close up. At the same time, it was handheld that was motivated and gave the emotion that you were trying to convey, that the audience was that you wanted the audience to feel, not handheld for the sake of handheld, which I really like that. Also, the lighting and color story, the color schemes, how the different rooms had different vibes and different lights and all of the production value because it is a lot of it is in an apartment, but like the apartment felt alive and felt real and felt lived in. The world felt lived in. So
It's a interesting way for a metaphor to show that relationships should meet in the middle rather than dissolve. I did find at the very beginning it was interesting that Kim told Lee that she was acting childish, and then she began acting childish when she began throwing things as the relationship dissolved. It was just a little ironic. And I'm not sure she was aware she was doing exactly what she accused her of. This is quite interesting. I really do like that they used a metaphor for how to cut a kiwi and the different ways to do it to show that people are two different individuals, but you can still meet in the middle, which is what Lee said she should have done all along, but instead she let her relationship dissolve.
You see this wonderful chemistry between the two actresses that I just absolutely loved. I thought they did such a great job playing off of each other, and it just drew you in to the story, which was very bittersweet about a relationship that ended that maybe didn't have to end. So I thought that this was done really, really well.